Finna come at you with a cool little prison story before I tap out and go to work today. Got to hit me at one of these good Miller's High Life, man. So how everybody doing today, man? How's they enjoying this Thursday? Tomorrow's Friday, man. Thank God tomorrow's Friday. I can relax for the weekend, sleep all day Saturday, and watch football all Sunday. You understand what I'm saying? I've been seeing that people is intrigued with these prison stories. So today, man, we're gonna talk about when I first started robbing motherfuckers in prison. Me and Rainbow, Big Rainbow from Fadu's Broadway, rested in peace. That was my comrade. After Insane got killed in Tracy, November 10th, 1983, they had us on lockdown. They ran modified shower programs for the Christian Bloods. I mean, Christian Bloods couldn't come out together and shower. One day, man, it was a white dude, old white man. He was about in his 40s, right? Me and Rainbow used to always see the white boy. He was on the second tier with us. He was a doctor. We don't know what he was in jail for, right? And it was around right before Christmas. Me and Rainbow went and got a package. And we see the white boy up in there, man, picking up a package too. And we knew he was in our building on our tier, right? Hey, check this out, man. We looking at this white boy get this package. We getting these big ass, hell of a motherfucking salami meat sticks, just dry salami meat sticks, these big motherfuckers. At this time, people wasn't getting them, blacks and Hispanics wasn't getting them in their packages. You had to have money to get that type of shit. It was that fly shit, right? Sitting with the Armani cologne and deodorants and all this fly shit, right? I said, cuz, I'm gonna rob that white boy, cuz. If they don't immediately put us in our cell, let us roam the tier, go holler at a few comrades, drop all tobaccos. I got like four cartons of cigarettes, a couple of cans of Bugle in my package. So we got to look out for homies that's on lockdown. You feel me? That ain't got to ran out of tobacco. We've been on lockdown since the murder. Rainbow like, I'm with it, fam, I'm with it. And we get back in the building, and the CO named Bravo didn't tell us to lock up. He let us. He said, man, I know y'all want to look out for some of y'all homeboys, so I'm going to give y'all like 30 minutes to roam the tier. Right? I'm like, cool. Hey, check this out, man. The white dude that left water R&R with us, we got that big ass package. The package was every bit of 30 pounds plus some probably, right? That's how fat it was, right? Man, I hit the second tier. Rainbow hit the second tier after me. I said, man, this door open. Let's go up in there. So before we go up in there, I go to the homeboy from Insane, man, Bird. I go to Bird, so I said, slide me that key seal up under your door. He's like, what's up, y'all got one? He think we finna bust on the dot. I'm like, no, we in Rainbow finna do something. Cuz slide the key seal up under the door. I'm like, come on, Rainbow. Rainbow started tying the blue rag around his face. I'm like, cuz, take this shit off, cuz they already know who the fuck we is, right? We roll up in the cell, man. As soon as the white boy sees when we opened up the door all the way and stepped up in there and closed it, left about that much of a gap open before it wouldn't get locked, he panicked. Damn near shitted on himself. Hey, man, all Rainbow did was just grab the box. Rainbow grabbed the whole box. I'm like, fuck that, cuz. Get that color TV, cuz. And they had these things called loudmouths. It was an 8-track and an AM, PM, FM, AMP radio only, right? Played 8 tracks on it at this time. Wasn't rolling cassettes in the pen, right? Check this out, man. We stripped the whole motherfucking cell, right? We go down the tier. We tell the police, man, hit 233 and 232, because me and Rainbow was neighbors. I'm in the cell with my little homie JoJo, right? The homie Top Flight from the Bottles, he was like in 231, so he seen this coming down the tier. And Top Flight used to call me Rich Cuz. He said, come here, Rich Cuz, what you did? I said, man, fuck this, man. I'm in jail for robbery, man. This is what we do, man. Rainbow just robbed a white boy. He said, I ain't mad at you, man. He said, that's what they do in San Quentin. They take from a motherfucker. Hey, man, we get my door open. Me and Rainbow split the shit up. Rainbow don't want to fly deodorants and all that shit, right? So I kept all that shit, right? I never forget, man. We shared that shit, man. Me and JoJo made spreads for damn near a month till I got transferred, right? Check this out, man. We get the old folks I never forget we get to old folks. I'm on the bus with Cuse, y'all. I'm sitting next to OG Cuse. I don't know if Cuse remembered this. Cuse is telling me about how old Folsom is. And I'm like, I'm shook up on this motherfucker. Me, Big Tim from Harlem, a few other motherfuckers, Bang from 7-4, Art from 7-4, who rested in peace. You know, Freddie Mingo, all us on this bus, Mike Stone on the bus. First time, as soon as the police and folks would get on the bus, they do this. Pretty Mike. They call Mike Stone Pretty Mike, right? He known up there. Cuse was known up there. So bam, it was the tier attendant work. They shut down the second tier on the backboard by the showers in one building. Put us all on lockdown. Only motherfucker go to shoe was me and Tim. They put me into, this before they called us and put us in the shoe though, in the hole. But anyway, man, Biggie Rap out of Watts. Never forget, man. He the tier attendant. He come and said, man, they finna take y'all to get y'all property. Now, Folsom was a cold joint, man. Folsom didn't let you have the hoodies that zipped up. We had that type of shit in Tracy. San Quentin had this type of shit. We can have the hoodies that zipped up. You understand what I'm saying? We had a whole lot of fly shit Penagons. Monte Carlos. Folsom didn't let you have, the only thing you can have is Folsom with sweats and sweatshirts, right? But we had the prison crip attire in Tracy San Quentin. I come up in that motherfucking red line of DCs, Nick Kickers on and all that. They didn't take my Nick Kickers. I had some brown hot top biscuits, Stacey Adams biscuits. My homeboy, my road dog, baby, rested in peace. Bought them, gave them to my girl, sent them to me in a package. So bam, when I'm packing my shit up, putting my TV together, Big Rat dude, he said, oh, you got a little money, you got a color TV. But it was, because at this time, black and white TVs cost $107. So if you had a Zenith color that was $206, motherfuckers looked at like you had money. But it wasn't that I had no money. I wasn't really hustling like that on the streets. Although I was in the pen for robbery, I just had a family that loved me and looked out for me in the pen. You understand what I'm saying? My big brother bought me a TV, a color TV. So when he see me putting all the shit in my cell, because folks got some little ass cells. You can spread your arms like this and folks cell. Folks cells is really meant for one person, but they put two people in the motherfucking cell. So he see me, he looked at the motherfucking deodorants and the cologne, and he said, Armani. He said, well, you get this fly shit at? He said, let me buy this shit. I said, oh, no, man, I go on visits, too. You know, my mama be coming to see me. I got a little female running. She gonna run up at this folks from joint, even though I ain't in Tracy no more. You know, it was a little farther. But I know she gonna come because I'm articulate. My writing game was good. We was in love with each other. At least I thought that at the beginning, right? Anyway, Big Rat see all this shit, right? He said, man, who sent you this shit? I got to tell him about, hey, man, I be robbing motherfuckers in the pen. That's my get down, man. I'm into taking shit, right? And me and Rainbow, we was tight in the motherfucker, man. Rainbow, I think he got shot in the hand or something before he come to the pen. Well, Rainbow fingers was fucked up, but that did not prevent that little nigga from being able to fuck with a knife. Rainbow was good, homie, at busting a hole in a motherfucker. Me and Rainbow, Cisco from Great, Butcher Loaf, resting in peace from Great. All us was in Tracy together. Now we in old folks, and you feel what I'm saying? But when we was in DVI, man, we was on some gang banging shit for real. Me and Cisco was in the same building, same wing, F wing. Butcher Loaf was in H wing with my little homie JoJo. Then I got a job. So I wasn't working, so they put me in H wing. That was the A2B wing, right? It was a Damu up in there, man, named Smitty from Dago. I mean, when I moved up in there, Smitty was talking to my homie Mac Watts' cousin Craig from the 20s. Me and Craig was cool because it was family was my big homie, one of the founders from my hood. So I did get through talking to Smitty go off the third chick to lead the wing. Craig called me to the door. He said, man, dude, think you coming over here finna come over here with that drama. You feel me? So I tell Craig, hey, man, I'm willing to present whatever a motherfucker want, man. If a motherfucker want us to coexist up in this wing, we gonna coexist up in this wing. But if a motherfucker don't want us to coexist, it's gonna be on like that. You understand what I'm saying? And Craig was a solid Damu out the 20s, man, 20 Outlaws, man. I remember one time he got a package from his family, right? And his family put all different colored bandanas in it. Me and JoJo sitting up in the cell, I'll never forget, we was watching Young and the Restless on my TV. Craig come to the door. He said, "Bam, JoJo, check this out." I'm like, "What's up?" He said, "Man, I got like 4 blue rags from y'all, whatever slop." I'm like, "Where you get these rags from? You turn it on?" He's like, "No, man, my mom's gonna send them to me in a package of gang colors of bandanas." I'm like, "All right, cool." But me and Craig got real tight. I'm saying that to show you that Crips and Dot moves, although we was in Tracy gang banging, the ones that had respect for each other, we still was cool. Craig, I'll never forget, he put me on the phone to talk to my homegirl's cousin, Mary Washington. It's like, "How you up in there doing?" "Sure, don't be up in there fucking up, boy. Get your ass out of jail. You always been in jail." Me and her the same age. So she know I had been in jail since the age of 12, off and on all my life. You understand what I'm saying? This the longest I've ever been on the streets is now. You know, normally I'm a dude that's still on the streets no longer than 45 days, man, I'm back in jail. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, even at the beginning of my fucking jail career, to be honest with you, I went to juvenile camp when I was 12 years old, Camp Miller. I got out, man. Within 75 days, I was in another motherfucking camp for a burger, Camp Page. I get out of Camp Page. Now I'm you know, gang banging is all-time high for me. I shoot a motherfucker, go to California Youth Authority for attempted murder. At this time, I was about to be 15, 14, turning 15. Listen to me, man. I get out of YA a week after my 18th birthday. 18 months later, I'm in California Department of Corrections. I'll never forget, I was in Chino. Chino used to be down south reception center. "What's up, Ben? How you living?" It was our reception center. And my big homie Haron used to say the counselors determine what pen you go to. So I go see the counselor, bitch named Miss Cannon. I'll never forget, man. I got my blue rag. The homie Huron, they gave me a blue rag soon. So inmates used to fingerprint you when you get to the reception center. So Huron worked in R&R, he fingerprinted me and all that. Got me in the wing he was in, Sycamore. So bam, I go to see the counselor like 6 weeks later, man. I go up and I got my pen, you know, I'm sagging, got my little blue shirt on, it's creased up. You know, jeans creased up and shit. Got my blue rag in my pocket. As soon as that walked in off, that lady, Miss Kennedy, she said, "I'm sending your ass to Gladiator School." Now, whether people want to believe this or not, man, when you heard of Gladiator School, you heard of Tracy or Soledad was Gladiator School. It was a whole lot of motherfuckers coming to the pen for the first time that didn't want to go to Tracy, Soledad, Old Folsom, San Quentin. Because they knew them prisons, them institutions, Tracy and Soledad and them prisons, Folsom and San Quentin, they knew it was cracking. You understand what I'm saying? But unbehold, a lot of us that was my age, we didn't know Tracy and Soledad was just gang shit. Yeah, we had our little race rides and all this. I was caught up in 2 race rides in Tracy, only with the Woods though, never with the Mexicans, man. When I was in Tracy, Northerners and Southerners went at it a lot. You understand? I was in Tracy when they put all the Northerners in L1. Made that they building, took them off the main line, made it their building, had their own little school program and all that. Because the Northerners, they was bringing the noise, man. They wasn't just accepting nothing because the odds was against them. So anyway, prison, when I found out I was going to Old Folsom, as I was telling you, I was sitting on the bus next to OG Cuse. And I don't even know if Cuse remembered that, man. But Cuse, I met Cuse in Tracy. I knew his brother Mousy, rest in peace. I met him on my street at the boys' home where Chucky used to run. But I knew his brother Rusty. And I heard a whole lot about Cuse in the pen, right? So when you hear a lot about motherfuckers in the pen, you're expecting to see a big old buff motherfucker. When I met Cuse, man, Cuse was a little dude, quiet as a motherfucker, man. And me and Cuse got real tight. You understand what I'm saying? Well, we started calling each other by our first name, Clowney, right? Because our first names wasn't a common first name like every other person had, like Billy or Dave or Earl. You understand what I'm saying? And Cuse had became a mentor of mine, a dude that I can trust with information on how to survive in prison, right? And I was a young dude that went to prison that never wanted Big Ant, Marcellus, or Sumo on them to hear nothing negative about me, or Big Hammer on them. You feel me? I wanted my homeboys, even on the streets, I wanted my big cousins, Big Ollie and Lil Ollie and them, Fatso and Mike T and Alvin and them, Greg Cross and them, to hear that I'm up in here staying down for my eggs and grits, man. I'm staying down for my crown. Because when Gregory Cross, one of the founders of my hood, was in TS, I was in Nellis. So So my big homie knew I was with the business, man. See, the first time I hit that county jail, I was a kid, man. I wasn't up but 18 years old. I'll never forget my big homie Kenny Jenkins and Big George was up in that motherfucker. Big George used to be on swole, had like dub inch on, man. You know, used to cook that water. Big George see me and Kenny Jenkins see me. They see me on separate occasions. I'm going on a visit. I'm on the Escalade thing going down to downstairs to the visiting room, and Kenny seen me, man. I ain't even listen to me. I ain't even have a mustache the first time I went to the county. Kenny like, what your little ass doing in here? Like, man, I got a couple of robberies, man. You know what I mean? I was always a dude that what I seen my big homies do, I wanted to do. A lot of my big homies was into chasing money. When they stopped banging, they was into chasing money, selling PCP. Some was bank robbers, some was jewelry robbers, and that's the licks I was on. Yeah, I remember like one time I seen my childhood friend Willie Robinson in Compton, and they finna go on a jewelry lick. I'm like, hey man, let me roll, let me go on that lick with you, because I was all about chasing the paper, man. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I sold PCP, but when I went to that penitentiary, I left all that player shit alone, and I got to that crip shit, because that's all I know in jail is cripping. And when I went to the pen, man, like I was saying, I never wanted Big Heron, Marcellus, Sumo, Big Ant them to hit nothing negative about me. I had to stay down. I was a beast. I used to always buff that iron. Hey, thank you, Duncan Ward. You feel me? Thank you, brother. But I used to buff that iron, man. And motherfuckers was getting their weight problem. So you trying to get big as Big Ant, huh? I'm like, no, man, I'm just trying to stay in shape. You understand what I'm saying? I had numerous road dogs from different sets that just wasn't from Compton. You understand what I'm saying? When I first went to the pen, wasn't no set tripping in the pen. You understand what I'm saying? I was cool with Snoop Dogg, brother-in-law, Boo Manu, from the 60s. Big Michael Hester was like my big brother in the pen. He used to call me his little brother. Big Mike Hester from the 60s was like one of the biggest Crips in Tracy when I was there, man, and he was a beast. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, when I was in Palm Hall on my hot one, Meek Turtle and Nate Tillman, Nate moved in Big Mike's cell when Mike had left, transfer. Big Mike Hester, man, in the 60s, in Compton had their little misunderstanding in 4800. He got at me. He was a tit-tin. He came to me and Turtle cell that morning. He said, man, how we gonna solve this shit for this shit won't get out of order, out of hand? You understand what I'm saying? Because CC Riders was never about that smashing motherfucker, but if you fuck with one Crip set in Compton, you fuck with all of us. That's the purpose of having CC Riders. That's why I commended Gangster and Marcellus for establishing that in 4800. And it was always like that. Even in jail, I got OCC tatted on me since 1974 in YA, original Compton Crip. You understand what I'm saying? So we was always close knitted, but it was dudes like Cukes, Marcellus, Ascari, Tabori, T.S., Sparks. It was dudes like that laced me and kept me focused if I won't go down the wrong path in prison. You understand what I'm saying? But the dude I admired and really looked up to, keeping it 100, was Heron and Sumo, man, and Big Ant. And Marcellus, my personal big homies from where I was from. I was in trying to impress my big homies. I wanted them to know. So when Marcellus seen me come down to the county 4800, he had heard, like Keita Rock told me from the 60s, he said, boy, I heard you a beast up in that motherfucker. You don't have, watch this, man, in prison, you got three things: your honor, your pride, or your dignity. You lose one of them, you ain't nobody. And I upheld my honor, my pride, and my dignity. I wouldn't, it was things I didn't dwell in. Crips and Bloods got booty bandits. I didn't like dudes that did do that. You understand what I'm saying? Here we go, man. And we still got bullshit with trolls coming up in here. What's wrong with them, man? Why do people want to think a troll is affecting me? A troll is not affecting me. What affect me on here when you trolls coming in, y'all just come with some bullshit. I'm not with the rhetoric. I'm not with the controversy. I give a fuck about the dude. This dude that just tapped in on my podcast with. That's not my concern. But back to what I was saying. It's a lot of good brothers, man, that lace me. Chili from Harlem, a good homie. You know what I mean? Chili escaped. Chili had life, man. Chili did almost 40-something years, right? And right before I went home, Chili escaped, man. Chili didn't think they was going to get it. They got me going to AA and all this. I said, well, check this out, homie. When you be going to AA and they ask you about them steps, they don't want you to tell you about the 12 steps of recovery. They want you to tell them how you're applying them 12 steps in recovery in your life. And when I explained that to him, the boardroom was going down towards medical. So you had to walk past my building. I was on second 10 old folks in 2 building. I never forget when Lil Sims, except for who got his day, he woke me up. I was in there taking a cat nap before I go to work. He said, bam! I'm like, what's up, cuz? He said, man, that advice you gave me worked. It just gave me a day. Right before I left, I had told Chili the same thing. I said, man, they gonna give you a day. I told Dixie LB, one of the founders of Westside Paru. I told him, hey, big homie, they gonna give you a day. These white folks can't keep us up in these motherfuckers forever, man. It's all about how we conduct ourselves, how we present ourselves. And what people don't seem to get, prison ain't like it used to be. Yeah, you have race problems over some bad narcotic deals, over some fucked up ass phone deals. Because every organization, and when I say organization, I ain't talking about people on the paperwork. Every organization, Crips, Bloods, Jama, Kumi, Serenos, Emmy, Northerners, everybody got scandalous motherfuckers in their court. And when I was in Calipat, man, I was seeing some of the scandalous shit. I'm telling you, I seen a motherfucking dude out of Memphis, Tennessee, man, give a Hispanic dude 1,800 in numbers, green dot numbers, right? To go in the building and go buy a phone. Don't you know this Hispanic dude come back to the yard and say, man, the police took the phone. And this dude had to accept this. When it came to my attention, I'm like, man, bust a hole in this motherfucking ass. And if it go up, it go up, because he playing you. He lying. You understand what I'm saying? He don't do nothing. These dudes that be having sex, that's part of Crip Corps and Damu Corps, they don't want race shit. They don't want to go on lockdown for riots and shit, because they in tune with the checking their paper, selling phones, selling like their drugs and all that. But I'm a type of dude, hey man, this prison, you're gonna lose that shit, but it's meant to get back if you want it. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, you only got your pride and your dignity. And that dude, to me, man, although he didn't do nothing behind his money, he allowed these other dudes, not Hispanics, to give him another phone for it wouldn't be no problem. I wasn't comfortable with that situation. To me, man, that dude lost his dignity. He allowed somebody to take something from him when he knew the dude played him. So if it go up, man, it go up. You understand what I'm saying? That's the difference breed that's in prison now than when I first went to the pen. We wouldn't have allowed that. You understand what I'm saying? 9 out of 10, we wouldn't even get no different race, 1,800, to go get you no motherfucking phone, because we already know it's a possibility that it might be some trickery. And what comes with trickery is bullshit. And what bullshit comes from real drama. And a lot of motherfuckers ain't for that smoke when they go to prison, man. They tell you they with that funk, but they ain't with that funk, man. I done ran across a whole lot of motherfuckers say, oh man, especially when we was in Tracy and we was going at it with the Damus. Yeah, certain dudes, oh yeah, man, fuck that blood dude right there, I'm gonna get on him. But when the opportunity to present itself, oh man, I couldn't get out the cell. You understand what I'm saying? This is the type of shit you go through in the pen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you hear motherfuckers say Hispanics didn't do well in homosexual activity. Why they didn't? Look at American Me when they say they had a prostitution ring. Who the fuck you think they was prostituting? They own. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to stop going by the myths of what you hear about prison, go by the facts. You understand what I'm saying? You get a lot of these dudes that got podcasters, they dropouts, and they throw lugs and daggers at the blacks, Crips, Bloods, Jama, Kumi, saying we don't check paperwork, we don't bust on our people, we don't know how to make knives, like we don't handle our business. Or we handle our business, man, and they know that, right? We handle our business so good that we ain't had to lock it up and PC up like they did. You understand what I'm saying? Do Crips and Bloods and Jama and Kumi have dropouts? Yeah, every organization got dropouts. Dudes that couldn't stand that heat no more in their kitchen, man. So they wanted to check out their kitchen and go someplace go to another prison where they can live comfortably, where it won't be no drama. But we was there to bring the drama. You understand what I'm saying? You hear a lot of people talking about motherfuckers slid shit up under the door to put you up on it. Hey, man, that never happened to me. That's a motherfucking myth. Now, if it happened to somebody, I never met anyone that it happened to. So I ain't finna say yeah or no. But I'm telling you it's a myth because it never happened to me. You understand what I'm saying? And the only motherfucker can say that is a person that it happened to. But most dudes that say, oh yeah, they slide paperwork under the door to put you up under something, slide something up under the door for you to read, they just repeating what somebody else, what they done heard in prison grapevines. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what's so fucked up. Stop misleading people with false information. You understand what I'm saying? You get a lot of these dudes get on these podcasts, man, and they never been on the level 4 yard. Never even been on the level 3 yard. They hit them level 1s and them level 2s. And them level 1s and level 2s, they had drama too, don't get me wrong. But a lot of them dudes be on their yard with being dress up Crips, dress up Damus. Yeah, you can get the red rags in your package. You can get the red tennies and the red shoestrings, the blue tennies, the blue shoestrings. You get that gang banging attire, that Crip attire, that Damu attire, and you dress important. You sending pictures to the streets, so your homies is thinking you being down up in that motherfucker. But when you get to that yard, man, where it's really going on at, a lot of motherfuckers become Christians. They become Muslims because they don't want to be a part of that funk. But watch this, man. Because you become a Christian in prison or a Muslim don't mean when the ride go up that you might not be a victim. So you're going to be a victim or a suspect. I prefer to be the suspect instead of the victim. You understand what I'm saying? Have I been hit in the pen? I done got scratched a few times in some rides, stand down for my crime. You understand what I'm saying? Through the blessings of God, through the grace of God, I'm here to talk about it. You know, I stand the test of storm. There was some storms in that penitentiary, man, and I had a female in my life that helped me look at things different. Poo-poo. She helped me look at things a whole lot different. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a convict that cracked a nurse in the pen. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in love with her today. You understand what I'm saying? I remember one time I wrote my grandmother, I said, I'm beating the system because I'm turning my prison term into a college term. I started going to Coastline College when I was in prison. I started trying to transform my way of thinking. You understand what I'm saying? That cripping is good, but cripping also keep me in prison. You understand what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to stay in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I got a whole lot of prison stories about CCO, but check this out, man. In order to hear them stories, you got to support the channel and hit that like and subscribe button. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just try to give it all to you, and I can't get them likes and them subscribe. Support the channel, man. Like and subscribe. Subscribe to OG Bam, Compton Front Hood, because as always, I've been accused of promoting my neighborhood, which I am, but in a positive way. Today, I done turned my life around. I got me a nice-ass job. I stay focused. I'm trying to be a positive influence in other people's lives, especially young dudes' lives. You understand what I'm saying? This the best 28 minutes I can give y'all. I'll be going live again either tonight at 6 when I get to work with a CCO story for you. With some Vertus Wine, some stories about Vertus Wine. Somebody that asked me that on Care Mac. So hit that like and subscribe. And my favorite capper as always, who want to buy their boy lunch today? $ OG Band 131. Subway, El Polo Loco. Who want to buy their boy lunch today, man? It's Thursday. Somebody bless their boy doing lunch. $ OG Band 131. With that said, if ain't nobody told you today, they love you. OG Bam love you. Peace.